Alright guys, welcome back. We have made it to the last video in this 30 80s metal riffs in 30 days series. The whole month of April 2023. This is the last one of the bunch. This has been a lot of fun. This one's going to be Motley Crue, Too Young to Fall in Love. I had to go back to sort of my early hard rock and metal roots here. Always loved this song. Such a great youthful rebellious anthem, and it's a cool tune. We're tuned down a whole step for this, so the whole guitar is tuned to D standard. So if you don't have a guitar that's tuned that way, you won't be able to play along with the recording, but you can still play the riff. So if you're tuned standard or whatever, you can still play the riff. You just won't be able to play along with the recording unless you have some way to adjust the pitch of the recording. So if you want to play along, just like Motley Crue does, they tune down a whole step. So your E becomes a D, the A becomes a G, the D becomes a C, and so on. They all go down a whole step. All right. So this is my low string. Okay, and that would be a concert pitch D note. Now, when I'm referring to the notes here, we're going to pretend as if we're tuned standard. So if I say play an A note, I'm really talking about what would be a whole step down a G note. But in the context of this riff, I'm thinking A. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I'll try not to do that and just keep it to the numbers. But I probably will say open A string or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Follow the tab if you have any questions about this. Just wanted to say that this has been a lot of fun doing the 30 riffs. It's been a lot of work for me to keep up, because I've got a lot of other stuff going on, including finishing up working on a new album and some other stuff too going on. And so but that's okay. I really love doing this, and it's been especially fun because of all the feedback that you guys have given. And one of the things I've learned is that you guys want more. So one little riff isn't enough. You want to go deeper into the song, or you want the solo. And so what I've decided to do, I'm not sure exactly when this will happen, but I'll let you know, is start a Patreon page. Patreon, I don't know if you call it a page. See, I don't know that much about Patreon, so I'm going to have to research it a bit. I know basically how it works, but I don't know the ins and outs of it. And so, but I think that would be the perfect format to provide extra stuff, to go in deeper and provide things like backing tracks. Like all these videos that I make, most of them have backing tracks, and those are things that I can't legally sell because the music belongs to someone else, but they're just backing tracks, so there's no reason why I can't just give those away. And so if you're part of the Patreon, you'll get stuff like that, and just all kinds of extra insights and opportunities to grow as a player. And if you're into hard rock and metal guitar, then I think you'll really enjoy it. So I'm going to put some thought into it. So I'm probably thinking that's a month away or so. We'll see how it goes, but I'll definitely let you know. And let me know in the comments too if that's something you'd be interested in, joining my Patreon, just so I kind of know what I'm looking at here to get started. Okay, so that's it. This is the last riff, day 30 of 30, and we're looking at Motley Crue. And before we get going, check down below for the tab and my free Sweet Picking Guide, Sweet Picking Bootcamp. Like I said, we're tuned all the way down a whole step here. So what happens at the beginning is a big drum intro, and then there's a big pick slide. Okay, and that's going to be the main riff. Okay, so here I am talking about the open A string already. Remember, in context, it's a G note, but for our purposes here, just pretend like the guitar is tuned standard. So open A string, and then we're going to play this chord. So it's 7 and 7 on the D and G, and then open A, and then 7 and 5 on the D and G. Then we're going to play 2 open A's, and we're going to play 5 and 5 on the D and G, open A, 5 and 4 on the D and G, open A, and then 5 and 5 again. So all that riff all together would be. Okay, and then the next part of it goes like this. It's open E string, and then G. And then you got to get back over here and play the same riff. And we're going to play open E, and then F, first fret, low E, and then all the way back here. Okay, so there's some jumping around going. And these bass notes signify the chord changes. So you're basically going from an A minor to a G to an F major chord. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me do that really slow. More up to speed, up to the tempo here. Okay, so the riff that comes after that so we're playing down the low E string. E is an E5 chord here, 7 and 9 on the A and D. D chord, 5 and 7 A and D. F5, 8 and 10 on the A and D. Back to the E chord, and then this. 3, 2 on the A, and then 3 on the low E. Okay, so that's the whole first cycle of the riff. Let me play that from the slide. The riff starts over here. Now this time it does this. And then it goes into the verse. So we're just going to play this a little longer on the open E. Okay, now since this is the last riff in the series, I'm going to go ahead and show you the verse and the pre-chorus as well. Okay, that's the chorus. I'm sorry, that's the verse. That's 7 on the D, 5 on the G. Play that as a chord. Here's the A string. It's 5 and 7 D and G. And then down to 3 and 5 D and G. So down 3 and 5. So there's your F chord. Up to 5 and 7. Goes up to a G, F to G. And the pre pre-chorus. Okay, that's E5 and F5, 2 and 4 on the D and G, and 3 and 5 on the D and G. Mute there. So you're muting on the root note itself, either the second or the third fret, depending on which chord you're on. Okay, and then at the end it does this. So it's just kind of pulling off to the open string. If you're confused about that, check out the tab. But that's all the riffs, guys, for the chorus, the verse, and the pre-chorus. And actually, the solo is really cool too. I forgot how cool the solo is by Mick Mars, and Mick's been in the headlines lately. So I think I might do that solo very soon. So anyways, guys, appreciate everybody checking this out. 30 days of metal riffs, 30 straight days. What could be better, right? Check it out. I've also done this before a couple years ago, so now we have 2 sets of 30 riffs or more. There's even more in the first version of this. Different riff by each band, by every band, so no doubling up on bands. There's a lot of stuff you can work on here to get your rhythm chops going. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Rock on.